Welcome to Wisdom with Dad. My name is Sean. Each week we're going to tackle one subject and try to come up with 5 points that'll either be tips on how to do it better or tips to do it more safely. But in this week we're going to talk about traffic. Kind of a simple thing, but it is walking down the street. Now there are 5 tips. Maybe you've heard them, maybe not, but we'll get to them. We'll go through them, and even if you already know them, maybe you can share them with a little brother or sister, or maybe if you're going to be out and about, it'll help you remember to do something a little more safety. So if you're ready, let's begin. Number 1, if you're going to be walking, always walk on the sidewalk. So tip number 1, always walk on the sidewalk. I know it sometimes seems like it'd be more fun to walk in the street, but it's very dangerous. You don't want to do that. So number 1, walk on the sidewalk. Tip number 2, while you're walking on the sidewalk, you may wonder if you're on the right side of the street. Well, obviously, if there's only one sidewalk, then you walk on the sidewalk. But if you have a choice, try to walk on the side of the sidewalk that is facing traffic. In other words, you can see the traffic coming towards you, and it's in the lane closest to you. That way you can see what they're doing, and they can see you. If you are on the other side, they may not know whether you know they're coming. It might be a surprise. So always walk on the side where the traffic is facing you. That's tip number 2. Number 3, look every direction when you're crossing a street. Typically, you come up to a stop sign, you're going to cross the street. If there's a cross street, in other words, there's 4 streets coming together, always look every direction. Make sure there are no cars. That car that may be coming down the other street might turn in your direction, and of course, if you're walking across the street, you may be surprised. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, pretty simple. In Texas, I live here in Central Texas. This one's pretty easy. Usually it's hot and dry, but when we do get a little bit of weather, it actually can be a little bit stressful, a little on the serious side. It is something we call lightning. We get a lot of it here in Texas. And if you're out and about, you want to be careful for lightning. We can get hail. Rarely on occasion we do get tornadoes, but check the weather. Make sure that you're not getting into a bad weather situation just to keep you on the safe side. Number 5, have a buddy, or if you don't have somebody that can walk with you when you're walking, then let somebody know wherever you're going that you're on your way so that they know to expect you. Now, part of this is due to strangers out there. You may have heard about stranger danger. Very serious, very important that people know where you are and that you can stay clear of people that want to harm you. Stranger danger, big tip. We're going to actually talk about that in another episode. So 5 tips, again, walk on the sidewalk, face traffic, look always before crossing the street, check the weather, and then always have a buddy or call somebody in advance just to let them know. Very important tips there. Again, we're going to do this each week. 5 tips on any subject. If you have a subject you want to share with us, you can always go to my Facebook page at Wisdom with Dad and ask a question, like it of course if you want, and ask the question, or if you have a tip or something else to add, you're more than welcome to do that as well. My name is Sean. You're watching Wisdom with Dad. Thanks for being a part of it.